Do we have enough planetary resources to provide the option of free range space for all animals? What would be the potential impacts of that scenario?
Yeah, so it really is an issue, the free ranging of animals, this trend that we're seeing. It's very popular, and I understand the impulse. What we've been exposing is the confinement of animals, and this is one of the huge problems of animal agriculture, as it is now. Industrial animal agriculture is that we're confining these animals in buildings, and so the impulse is to give the animals more space. I understand that, and it's a good idea, but unfortunately, the reality is something different. So let's think about a cage-free egg facility right now. A cage-free egg facility could have, let's say, 10,000 birds in a confinement building, and that's not unusual, actually. 10,000 birds, believe it or not. So they have this big long confinement building that's on half an acre of land. They could fit 10,000 birds on half an acre, pretty much, give or take. So, you've got this confinement of all these birds. Now, let's say that this farmer says, "Oh, I want to go free range. I want to give these birds a bit more space, a little more space." To do that, that farmer would need 10, 20 acres of land for the same amount of animals. He would need so much more space. So what happens to that space? Well, then he starts cutting the trees, and oh, there's a stream over here. We got to drain the stream, and you're moving into wild spaces in these local areas that it's just not necessary. Why do it? Why not just go egg free, and chicken flesh free? It'd be so much better. We really, and here's the bottom line with it. We just don't have the space. We don't have the land to do it. Right now, free ranging is a niche market for a few elite buyers. We can't scale it up. We don't have the space. We don't have the ability to do that. There is a pig pork farmer that on their website, they say that they give the pigs, I think it was 10, what was it? It was 5 pigs per 10 acres. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was very few animals for a lot of acres of land. 5 pigs don't feed many people. It does not feed many people. If they wanted to scale up to actually, feed half the town that they're connected to, there's just no way to do it. We cannot scale this up. There's not enough space. It's been said that we would need closer to 5 planet Earths to be able to free range all the animals that are in confinement right now. So this is not the solution. This is not the answer. It's not the direction we need to be going in. We need to be reducing animal products and eliminating animal products. We cannot scale up this local free range thing.
Please explain how a chicken bred for its meat is raised from the beginning to their death.
So a chicken raised for their meat is similar to the egg-laying hen in that they are going to be hatched in a hatchery. Again, they're these very terrible, no nest, no warm, loving mother, just thrust into the world of conveyor belts and machinery. They are have manipulations happen to them, and they're injected with vaccines and antibiotics and all kinds of things. The poor little things don't know what's happening to them. There's these places, these hatcheries are just so brutal. I actually had an investigator, or it wasn't an investigator, it was someone who actually did work in one of these facilities, and they said that when there was little chicks that were, and it happened that they were just not quite out of the shell yet, like, 'cause a mother would help them to get the shell off their bodies and stuff, and they don't have that help, or if they were deformed in some way, or if, and this happened often, they got caught in the machinery, like their wing got caught in the machinery or something, and they, had an injury. And she said that she saw little chicks with like their wings just hanging off, or a wing that had been ripped off. And these chicks, they're not deemed sellable or usable. So they just take the chicks and just throw them on the floor, just toss them on the floor to suffer and die. And then at the end of the shift, they'd be swept up and taken out to the garbage. It's just so brutal. So that's, that's where they start their lives in these horrible hatcheries. And then a broiler chicken will be in a floor confinement situation similar to cage-free eggs. Same thing, basically just a windowless warehouse, big building where there's just thousands of birds, hundreds or thousands of birds on the floor, confined in there. Again, never seeing the sun, never getting to, experience bushes or life, or it's just this really boring, miserable, horrible existence. And then they'll go to a brutal slaughter. The workers have to be very brutal in the way they move them around when they are dealing with them, because they have to be fast. They're working on the clock, and they will grab the chickens, 3 to 4 in one hand by their legs, and pull them up, upside down, and shove them into the cages. And there's injuries from that. Sometimes their legs will dislocate, or their wings will be injured, damaged. It's just horrible what they have to experience. And then the slaughter is just absolutely brutal. It's really miserable for them. And all for chicken meat, which can be so easily replaced now. There's such wonderful plant-based chicken options out there. There's Gardein has a great chicken nuggets and at the store, and then you can find it also in restaurants. Chicken-free chicken food, plant-based meats are pretty easy to find now, and there's going to be more and more. So support those so that they will thrive, those businesses, because they are the more compassionate, nonviolent businesses, and we want a compassionate, nonviolent world. So let's not support chicken flesh.